I'm betting that at some point you arrived home from the store and thought, why the heck did I get that? Strange, isn't it? You were there when it happened, yet somehow it feels like someone took over your brain when you made the call. Truth is, someone kinda did. While you're there for retail therapy, big brands are there to empty your wallet. From parasitic products to infernal influencers, the shopping struggle is all too real. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 sneaky psychological tricks that big brands play on you. 25. FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. FOMO works by encouraging you to become involved in an exclusive experience. It feeds on our need to be part of something, be it a group, an event, or anything else that grabs people's attention. I'm sure you're familiar with it, either through checking your social media or indeed making all those important purchases. FOMO first came to public attention in 2004 when Facebook appeared to boost this sense of anxiety over being in the loop. Now we follow our friends' every move. Celebrities too. Big brands play on this big time. Buy this product and share the success with the happy folk in the advertisement. Only without the millions of bucks. 24. Scarcity marketing. The scarcer things are, the more desirable they become, even when they're not actually all that scarce at all. Big brands will make things seem scarce. That way they really in before you realize the hook is right inside your mouth. All they need is a few simple words like, hurry while stocks last. Going hand in hand with the aforementioned FOMO, this so-called scarcity marketing tempts you into spending money by suggesting that supplies are possibly running low. Plus, if you know a brand has a sale, you're probably very aware of the end date because they place it front and center. TikTok, better get buying. 23. Sensory marketing. Did you know that big brands target you using all 5 of your senses? Sure, you see an ad and you hear what it has to say, but that's just the tip of the sensory iceberg. Sensory marketing gets up your nose. Literally in the case of Singapore Airlines. They have a special scent that's applied to a lot of stuff on their flights, including the attendants. So next time you meet someone and they smell particularly refreshing, you might feel the urge to jump on a plane. Nothing to worry about though, your senses have only just been hijacked by a major travel company. 22. Influencers. In recent years, influencers have become essential ambassadors for big brands. They lure you in with an eye-catching video, the point of which is to promote a product. Now, we're not suggesting all influencers use trickery to push up sales or that all brands knowingly use these human-shaped weapons of mass distraction to fool you into making a purchase. However, some influencers are a little on the sketchy side when it comes to details. By the way, this video has been sponsored by Truckle Dusters, the super reliable knuckle dusters made from cheese and wax. What? 21. Pre-selected options. Most people will be familiar with this kind of marketing. Brands take the hassle out of decision-making by making them for you. Take, for example, a certain online shopping site. You always find yourself selected for a free trial of a certain streaming service. They put it right under your nose as you're about to check out. So tempting, and it's free, or at least temporarily. Brands are fully aware of what they're doing. Research has shown that if you offer people default settings, they wave them through without much thought. 20. Surprise discounts. The windfall gain effect relies on a capitalist curveball to grab more cash from customers' wallets. So rewarding is this approach that it can be known as surprise and delight marketing. The surprise involves an offer that comes out of the blue. You think you're making one purchase, but it turns out there's another one waiting for you. And what's more, it comes with a discount. They don't call it impulse buying for nothing. Delight soon follows, though it tends to evaporate once you receive your bank statement at the end of the month. 19. Color psychology. What's the color of money, as a song once asked? Well, it can be various colors and shades, because color is an important part of the sales process for big brands. Black and yellow is believed to be a winner in marketing circles. Why? Because experience has shown brands that black is associated with authority and yellow with optimism, among other feelings. 18. Dynamic pricing. You may think that prices are fairly fixed when it comes to the stuff you buy. Not that they don't ever change. The economy fluctuates, so items suddenly increase or decrease in cost. Companies have sales, of course, Black Friday being a key example. And there are seasonal prices which apply to businesses like hotels. In terms of the big brands, however, these price shifts come under an umbrella called dynamic marketing. And in today's world, it is by no means an occasional thing. Automated systems are keeping tabs on the situation minute by minute, second by second. So it may be wise to make a purchase while you can, as the price could seemingly alter at any moment. 17. Loss framing. In the world of marketing, framing is everything. Products are presented to consumers in just the right way for maximum effect, a lot like how a photographer captures the perfect shot. Loss framing is all about probability. Let's say that you see a grapefruit in the discount section at the store. That's weird, but it's there. Stick with me. You're taking a risk bringing it home because it's way past its best. As Jerry Seinfeld says, fruit's a gamble. Now, what if next to that single grapefruit was a whole bag of grapefruits, also way past their best? Are you going to risk a small loss with one, or spend more and face a much bigger loss with the bag? Many would choose the latter option. Brands know this and act accordingly with their offers. 16. Triple threat. Here's a trio of tricky techniques whereby you leave a store or website with less than when you went in. Let's look at upselling first. That's when you're suddenly provided with a better option. When you're in the process of purchasing your original item, your impulses naturally lead you to consider the more expensive offer. It seems like they're throwing you a bone, when actually, they're bleeding you dry. Then there's cross-selling. In other words, add-ons. You just bought a laptop, so you're gonna need a bag to go with it. Accessories are cool, but they don't come cheap. Suckered again. Finally, we have parasite placement. Items placed by the checkout to quickly distract you and bump up your shopping bill. This causes nightmares for parents when their kids spot the delicious candy on the way out of the store. 15. Subliminal messaging. We've already established that brands are somewhat sneaky when selling their products, but some can get extra sneaky by appealing directly to your subconscious. Welcome to subliminal marketing, where you're persuaded to purchase without particularly realizing it. Examples include the smiley arrow of Amazon promoting happy shopping, and the curvy shape of a Coca-Cola bottle, which makes the idea of a drink even more compelling somehow. And then there's The Simpsons with Superliminal. Oh, that was a great episode. That's the NSYNC episode. 14. Nostalgia marketing. Evoking memories of days gone by is serious business for brands and their marketeers. If you're a long-running brand, you can bring back a familiar logo or image from previous decades and just watch the dollars roll in. Who hasn't sought solace in nostalgia? It reminds people of a simpler time before they accepted a job that crushed their soul underfoot like a styrofoam cup from a popular fast food chain. 13. Numbers game. Is there such a thing as straightforward price in marketing? Looking at all these examples, it's hard to imagine. You have the tiered pricing strategy where you have a range of options for what price you want to pay for a product. Always a little confusing, I find. Another tactic has items priced at, say, $49.99 rather than $50. Subtle, but deadly. And would you write that price with a comma, by the way? Because brands have found that by ditching the comma, it makes customers think a price is actually lower. Or I guess in America's case, the period. Some of our writers are from the UK, so you're gonna get some Britishisms. That's a Mikeism. 12. Odd versus even numbers. Continuing on from our previous entry, odd numbers can be very useful for companies who want to persuade you to spend your hard-earned money. Change $49.99 to $49.97, for instance, and you have a more attractive price, even though you've shaved off mere cents. An odd number makes you stop, though in this case it doesn't necessarily make you think. 11. Low versus high. Low is always good to hear in terms of price, yet it's pretty effective in terms of a product description as well. What sounds better to you here? High performance or low maintenance? Well, high performance is what you want in a product. However, low maintenance is great due to the fact that you aren't always repairing it. Research has shown that low maintenance is more of a deal breaker for consumers. 10. Uber payment system. Anyone who's ever jumped in a taxi knows that if the meter is in your eye line, you are going to be watching that thing all throughout the journey. When Uber hit the travel scene, they wanted payment in advance online. So that part of the experience is neatly taken care of. Good, in a way, as you avoid that awkward moment when you fumble for your wallet, but it's arguably quite sneaky too, as it lulls you with a sense of convenience. Before long, you're taking an Uber everywhere, and that's going to leave a taxi-sized hole in your bank account. 9. Expensive, but worth it. Quality is quality. There's no getting around it. The better something looks, and the more convincing the blurb on the packaging, the more willing people will be to pay top prices. One way brands do this is by highlighting the green credentials of their products. After all, we're super aware of the impact our purchases make on the environment. We automatically feel more sympathetic to an item on the shelf that's expensive, but apparently benefits Mother Nature. 8. Esteem. Brands want customers to feel good about themselves. If you can communicate the idea of an exclusive experience with a trusted and respected company, then that goes a long way. People feel they've had a rewarding and satisfying time, boosting their sense of worth and, of course, the company's profits. 7. BOGO. Otherwise known as buy one, get one, how can you lose? Instead of one can of hot dogs, why not have two at no extra cost? I didn't know hot dogs came in cans. Only there's an extra cost, namely you just bought a bunch of hot dogs that are going to raise your cholesterol levels. Also, by providing these tempting offers that are fueling the fire to buy more and more stuff you arguably don't need. Like cans of hot dogs. I now need to see if hot dogs come in cans. 6. Social validation. Are you one of those shoppers who heads straight to the review section when weighing up whether to make a purchase? If so, you are far from alone. Why wouldn't you want to know what other people think of this product? Spending money without considering the star rating is definitely ill-advised. By doing this, you're not only being sensible, but also playing into the hands of the big brands. Social validation is used by marketers for a simple reason. We are human beings, and we often rely on other people's opinions to feel confident. That's what makes celebrities and influencers such effective ambassadors. 5. Micropayments. Micropayments may be small, hence the name, but they lead to a financial headache if you're not careful. Take online games. They're free to download and enjoy, but while you're caught up in the colorful action, you're being sold things for what look like peanuts. Safe to say your mind isn't exactly on responsible spending when there are evil warrior mushrooms that need blasting. And while you've saved the kingdom, you're now facing eviction due to lack of funds. 4. Bundling. If you're buying anything these days, then add-ons are usually part of the transaction. These can be offered at various times and in various forms. The bundle is one of the sneakiest, I'd say. Everything looks alright. You get a bunch of stuff with a decent discount. However, you probably only went in there to buy one thing, and now you have a bundle, and you've spent more into the bargain. 3. The decoy effect. The decoy effect refers to those medium options, positioned between the small and the large. It's called a decoy because it's really no different in price to the large and is designed to switch your attention to supersize. Now, be honest. How many of you have actually purchased the medium option because you didn't want something too small or too large? Let me know in the comments below because I don't know many medium people, if I'm being honest. 2. Priming. In the world of marketing and big brands, having a fine product at the right price often isn't good enough. You have to use your full arsenal of tricks to really grab browsers and not let go. Reinforcing the nature of the product is one way of doing this, a tactic called priming. This is both right under your nose, but also surprisingly subtle. Business Insider drew our attention to research where it was found customers responded more proactively depending on a website's design, specifically the background. A graphic of money led them to focus on cost, whereas flames made them want to read the safety info. 1. Storytime. What's the story of your shopping experience? It's simple, right? Once upon a time, there was a YouTube channel host who woke up one morning, decided he needed a t-shirt, went to the store. He bought a shirt and got stung for a bunch of add-ons as he was leaving and went home. The end. But wait, it's more complex than that. As humans, we often rely on narratives to understand the world around us. Of course, the big brands know this and use details such as testimonials to bring a purchase to life. Or there could be an intriguing tale behind the brand itself, like how a certain salad dressing came to be made, or how the head of the company rose up from poverty to make millions of dollars. We can't get enough of stories, which means they can sometimes be used to trick us. So, which of these tricks have you fallen for? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out our social medias, including my personal ones, links in that description. And I hope that this video has given you an insight into the sneaky psychological tricks used by big brands. And if you want to know more about psychology and how the mind works, we have another video for you right here. And no, that's not a trick. Just click on the link, and I'll see you soon for a new list. Trust me, this is not psychological. This is, do we want you to watch more of our stuff? Sure. This doesn't cost you anything. Click that. It's a good video.